And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the rest of my Xxact.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, if you can't tell by the title, we are going to be playing with another Disney Princess collection. I am so excited. If you haven't seen my first two, where I've done the IR Revolution X Disney Cinderella and the Belle palette, then I'll link them down below so you guys can go check it out if you want to. But in today's video, we are going to be testing out and playing with the Princess Tiana palette and lip gloss. Yeah, if you did see my first video where I showed all the collections that I got and did a review on the Belle palette, then you'll know that from this collection, I only picked up the palette and the lip gloss. Now, IR Revolution did come out with like a palette, a lip gloss, a highlighter, like a single highlighter, and some lashes for each three of the collections. However, I didn't pick up everything, obviously. Like I said in the first video, in this one I literally just picked up these two, as the highlighter was definitely too dark for me. It definitely wouldn't have worked for my skin tone, and I didn't really need the lashes. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get straight on into it. Okay, starting off with the palette. Obviously, in my first video I kind of showed all of the collection, but if you've not seen that video and you've not seen the inside of the palette, then this is what she looks like. In that video I did say that this palette is definitely more catered more to like the deeper skin tone, as the face palette side is more like of a, it's more, I've got some more deeper shades in there. I am going to try and use one of these blushes today. I don't know if it's going to work for me or not. I'm going to go in with like a really light hand. In my other videos where I've tested out the face palette from the other two palettes, they've been quite like, not sheer, but a little bit more sheer, so they're more easy to build. So I'm hoping that these ones are going to be the same. But yeah, this is definitely the most colourful palette out of the three that they have launched so far, and I am so excited. Like the eyeshadow side, just look at that. How pretty is this? So we're going to test this out today. I'm also going to do a few swatches, and of course we do have the lip gloss as well, which looks like this. So pretty. I cannot wait to try this out. It's like a lovely pinky bronzy kind of shade. So excited to try this out. So yeah, let's dive into some swatches. I'm so excited. I'm going to swatch a few of the shades that really stand out to me. Okay, so here's a few of the shades I swatched. They swatch really well, to be honest with you. Like, they actually look really nice. So I swatched the shade Naveen, Swamp, Frog, Tiana, Kiss, and then Mama Odie. They look so nice. Oh my god. Look how pretty they look. I cannot wait to try out this palette. There's so many gorgeous shades in here, and also I love the names as well. Like, you got Gumbo, you got Voodoo, you got Bouff, Naveen, Shadow Man. Oh, I just love it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to prime my lids, and then we'll jump straight on into trying the eyeshadows. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've literally just primed my lovely lids off camera. I'm really sorry if you can see any like shadow underneath. I have already done a look today. So yeah, kind of just is what it is. So I'm going to take the shade Swamp first, which is this beautiful like turquoisey, greeny kind of shade. Yes. I'm going to pack that like on the inner portion of the lid. Oh, that is so pretty. So unique. This packs on really well, really pigmented. There's only a little bit of kick up in the pan. A tiny little bit of fallout, nothing crazy. I'm then going to go into the shade Naveen, which is this beautiful like purpley pink shade here, this one. I'm going to put that just next to the shade Swamp, more on like that outer part. This is really pretty. It's a really pretty colour. I love that shade. So pretty, honestly. It builds up really well. There's a little bit of fallout, but again, barely anything. A little bit of kick up in the pan, but again, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I'm then going to go into the shade Lilypad, and I'm going to start to blend out the swamp shade with it. I don't know if it's going to work too well, but I'm kind of hoping that it does. It's like a lovely like pastel light green shade. It's very pastel, but it's doing the job. Then again, I'm not taking it past that green shade. I'm literally just keeping it on the inner portion. I'm then going to go into the shade Mama Odie, which is this beautiful like mustard orange colour. And I'm going to start to blend out that pink with this shade. Yes. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a go. I actually don't hate this. I don't even know what's going on. It's just an explosion of colour on my lid and I'm kind of here for it. That shade actually blended out that Naveen shade really well. It looks really pretty. Really like it. That shade doesn't have much fallout. It doesn't have any fallout actually, sorry. And it has like no kick up in the pan either. Like it's barely any kick up or anything. It just looks beautiful. I know it looks a bit crazy and I know that it doesn't look the best. Trust me, it will. It'll come together. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to build up these shades again off camera, just building them up in the same place, blending them out the same way that I just did. And then I'm going to cut my crease and then we'll be back to do the lid shade. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've literally just cut my crease and blended everything out again. I'm really impressed with these shades, you guys. Like honestly, I feel like they've been blending like an absolute dream. I really like them. Yeah, I haven't got anything bad to say so far. Like I'm actually obsessed. For the lid shade, I want to take a couple of different shimmers because we're here. Why the hell not? So I'm going to take the first shade. I'm going to take the shade Bouff, which is this bright pink shade. And I'm going to pack this just next to the matte pink shade that we've put down. By the way, guys, my brush is clean. It's just stained. Just packing this there. Really nice, not too shimmery. Just a really nice, pretty shade. That's really pretty, really nice. Not too. It's still definitely shimmery. It's not as shimmery as sometimes I would like it to be. However, it still looks gorgeous. So yeah, I'm then going to go into the shade Magic, which is this beautiful like yellow gold shade. Again, I'm just going to start packing this next to that first pink shade that we used. Taking this more on centre. That's stunning, oh my gosh. Again, not like proper foiled, but I'm not like mad because it's just got like a nice sheen to it and it's still bright and it's still vibrant. So yeah, I really like that shade. Then for like the more inner part, I'm going to take the shade Evangeline, which is this beautiful like bright greeny yellow shade, I guess. I don't really know how to like describe shades, I'm really bad. Again, I'm going to put that more on the inner portion. I just swatched this and I was like I need to add that to my look. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Then for the inner corner shade, I don't know if this is going to work for me, but I really want to make it work. I'm going to take the shade Tiana, which is like this bright greeny kind of shade. And again, I'm going to put that like on the inner corner. I don't know if it's going to She is quite bright. Yes, I actually love that. That is so pretty. I love it. That is so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, do the rest of my base off camera, and then we'll be back. I'm going to try out one of these beautiful blush shades. Again, I don't know if they're going to work for me, but I'll swatch. In my other 2 videos, I didn't swatch all of them, but I'm going to swatch both sides of these as I'm really intrigued. And then we'll also do the lip gloss as well. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've literally just done the rest of my base, my lashes, that kind of thing off camera. Now we're going to move on to the face powder side. I'm going to swatch all these beautiful shades for you because look at them all. Oh, they're stunning. So I'm going to swatch all the blushes first. So we have these 3 shades. The top one is almost there, but then we have the shade Promise in the middle, and then we have the shade Mardi Gras at the bottom. That's really pretty. These will be really lovely for deeper skin tones. I'm then going to swatch the highlighters. I don't know if I could get away with any of the highlighters, to be honest with you. Maybe the middle one, because obviously the other 2 are way too dark for my pale little face. So the bottom 3 are obviously highlighters. We have the shade Tiana's Place, we then have the shade Achidanza, and then we have the shade New Orleans. I might be able to get away with Achidanza, but I'm not too sure. I might try it like a little bit and then pop like another highlighter on top maybe, just because it does look quite dark. Okay, so for the blusher shade, obviously I've just done my bronze off camera. For the blush shade, I'm going to take the shade Almost There, which is that beautiful pink shade. I'm going to go in so lightly with this, guys, because I am too scared. I'm just going to take a little bit. Oh, it's pigmented. Let's take the tiniest amount. Wow, that is really pretty. Oh my god, that's actually so pretty. So if you are like of a really fair complexion like myself, you can use these shades. Again, just be like really light-handed. But yeah, that's actually really pretty. That's really nice. I am going to take a tiny bit of Achidanza. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't think it's going to be the best shade for me personally, but I'll try a little bit. I think it does look quite dark, to be honest with you, but if you're like of a medium skin tone, it might work for you. Oh my god, it's actually not that bad. There's a tiny bit of a cast there. That is so pretty. What? That is so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, I literally just put a little bit of a different highlighter on top just to lighten it up a tiny bit, and plus I like to put a lighter bit there as well because I like to look super glowy. Now for the lower lash line, I want to take a different shade. I want to take the shade Witch Doctor, which is this beautiful deep purple shade. It's very deep. I quite like that shade though. It's really nice. I'm going to take a little bit of Gumbo, which is this really nice pinky mauve kind of shade, and I'm going to take a tiny little bit of that and like blend it out underneath. Okay, moving on to the lip shade. I've just lined my lips using the MORPHE lip liner. I really love this lip liner. So obviously I have the lip gloss shade here. This is such a pretty shade. I'm going to put this on top and see what it looks like. That is such a pretty shade. You can see that it's definitely got like pinky, like rose gold kind of like reflex to it. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I'll give you a swatch on the back of my hand so you guys can see what it looks like by itself. Oh, so gorgeous. This one and the Belle one were definitely like my favourites I wanted to pick up. So I'm so glad that I have this. It's so gorgeous, not sticky, smells really nice, smells like a bit like sweets, quite a sweet scent, like cakes or something. It smells really nice. It's not overpowering though, so yeah, I really like it. So guys, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I actually love it. I love it. So bright, so colourful, definitely something that I love, to be honest with you. So let's talk a little bit about the collection. We'll start off with obviously the palette and the eyeshadows. So first off, I love the packaging. I love the packaging for all of these collections. I think it's so beautiful. They feel really nice. They don't feel cheap. By the way, guys, this palette is £15. They're all £15 for all three of the palettes. I really love it. Really love it. Okay, so let's talk about the eyeshadows. I definitely prefer the eyeshadows, like the colour story in this palette, to the other two, to be honest with you. I just love it. I didn't have a problem with any of the shades. I used 6 mattes all together. They all packed on and blended out beautifully. I just love how there's so many unique shades in here. Like this shade here, Swamp, is so gorgeous. For the shimmers I used quite a few shimmers. I used 4 shimmers, and the ones that I did use packed on beautifully. None of them are like foiled shimmers, and that is the same for the other palettes as well. None of them are like proper foiled shades. They're all just like your normal shimmer shadow, which is absolutely fine because they all kind of work similar. They work fine with a brush. They work fine being dry. You could probably wet them to make them more intense. However, I didn't, and I didn't really want to. I kind of just wanted to see what they look like without. Again, you could probably use your finger as well, but again, I don't like using my finger. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the shades. I'm impressed with the colour story. This is definitely my favourite palette out of the 3, to be honest with you, so far. As you guys know, I'm a big colour fan. I love working with colour, and this is definitely the most colourful one. Moving on to the face side of things, again, I'm quite impressed. I've already used the other palettes for like the face side, so I kind of know how like they perform and whatnot. The blushes are really pretty. They're very pigmented, but you can definitely build them up. So they do kind of start off a little bit sheer, but the more that you pack on, the more that it gets more pigmented, it gets more vibrant, that kind of thing. But yeah, I really like these. If you are of a fair complexion, you'll definitely be able to get away with these blushes, because obviously I'm wearing it today and they just, yeah, they packed on beautifully. I just use a really light hand, but you can definitely make these work if you are of a fair skin tone, to be honest with you. Which I do really like. I like how they're not super pigmented to begin with, because obviously when you put blush on, if it's too pigmented, it's really difficult to blend out. So I really like that about these blushes, especially in the other ones as well. They're all like the same. Moving on to the highlighters, I only used partially one Achidanza shade, and it actually worked quite well. It was a little tiny little bit dark for me, but I still would have been fine if I just kind of left it, but it was a little bit too dark for like the centre of my face. I like to go a little bit brighter on the centre of my face, but I can make it work as an actual highlighter if I really wanted to. I do have to say this one is probably my favourite palette out of the 3. I just love the colour story in it. It's definitely one that I would gravitate towards the most because of the colour story, and I do recommend this palette if you are looking at it and you wanted to pick it up. It is out of stock at the minute, but it will be coming back, I think. So if you are looking at to pick one of the palettes up and you are into your colour, this one is going to be for you, let me tell you. Moving on to the gloss, I have nothing bad to say about it. I actually love this lip gloss. I love the shade, love how it applies, love how it looks on the lips. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. I really like it. It is beautiful, it smells nice, it's not sticky. I really like it. This is definitely one of the shades that really stood out to me from the whole collection. If you watch my other videos, then you know that I didn't pick up the Cinderella one because I just feel like I have that shade in like all the lip glosses. But this one's quite unique, as well as the Belle one. These two really stood out to me, and they both are beautiful and I really like it. So guys, that is the end of this video. If you did like it, please remember to get a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it would really help me out. If you haven't seen my first two videos where I tested out the Cinderella and the Belle palette, I will leave them both linked down below so you can go and check them out if you want to. Everything else that I'm wearing on my face, I'll of course link down below in case you are interested. If you want me to do another video using either this palette or one of the other two palettes that I have, the Cinderella or the Belle palette, just of course let me know, because I will be happy to. As always, I'll be linking my social media handles up above and also in the description box down below so you can go and check me out there if you want to. And yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!